Well, hello, hello. My name is Osita Ofani, and I'm back. We at the mindset version. Let's get this show on the road. We're ripping, we're running, we energetic. Can you feel the vibe? Can you feel the energy? It's time to get this thing going. Now it's just the time. Take action. Let's make it happen. So first things first, the mindset. Before I start, I'm going to tell you a little bit of parable that allows us to kind of introduce this chapter and let us know the importance of this chapter. This is by far the most important chapter. So you don't want to skip it. You don't want to miss it. You got to go through each step process. Now, the mindset. So I'm going to tell you a little bit of a parable that I personally made up. Keep in mind, this is a parable. This is not real life. This is just more about a parable to stress the importance of how important the mindset is. So there was once this guy. His name is Albert. Albert. Albert had some conflicts within himself, his body. His arms and his legs were had a conflict within each other. There was arguing with one another, saying, um, "Who's the most important part of the body?" The arms is saying, I do all the writing, I do all the heavy lifting. The legs are saying, no, I do all the writing, I do all the heavy lifting. I'm able to move from A to B without you. Without me, there would be no you. So they had this argument back and forth with each other. So they decided the arms and legs decided they're gonna bring in a second party, a third party, as a judge to decide who's the most important part of the body. So they went to the head and asked the head, you know what? I need you to judge this situation because we can't quite figure out who's the most important part. So they presented the case to the head. Asked the head, this is what we got going on. This is how useful we are. What do you think? So the head just sat there quietly. I was thinking and say, you know what? Let's put this to the test. We're gonna do a test that's gonna show how important which one of you guys are the most important part. So the head came up with a race. He said he put the arms and then put the leg at the start of the race and said, you know what? We're gonna see who's the first to get to who's the first to run this 100-meter race. All right. So the 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 arms and the legs agreed to this race and they got on the starting line and he said um, they put them on the line. They said they started they had a gun and said, on your mark, get set, go. At the start of the gun, the arms and the leg were still at the starting line. Neither one of them moved. They're still standing there just looking. So he said, you know what? On your mark, get set, go. Still, nothing happened. They were still both at the starting line. So the head said to himself, you know what? I think it's the thought that counts. And there you have it. That's the parable. If that went over your head, hey, you got to replay it. But that's automatically stresses more of the importance of the how important the mindset is. Because the mind. Let me explain this. Let me explain this a little bit more further to you. So the mindset is more of the important part of this program. So without the mind, nothing works. This keys to stress out how important things are. So over the next course of these next chapters, we know broken down into a few chapters here, which are five in all. We're going to discuss some key things as far as the bad habits and belief systems that we may have that has hindered us this far and has kept us from reaching our ideal fitness goals. We're going to identify those bad habits and we're going to dive a little bit deeper into those things and eliminate them. And next, we're going to create a new vision to have a new goal that's going to help us reach our ideal level of fitness and achieve these goals and take action on them. And then next, we're going to create a new identity. This is also very important because without a new version of a new self-image, your belief system and what you believe to be able to achieve is very it's impossible for that to happen. You must have a new identity in yourself. Next, we're going to take action. We're going to take action. We're going to break these plans into simplified action steps that we're going to take on a day-to-day basis. That's going to move us ever so closely to reaching our fitness goals. So with that being said, I'd like to turn us over to the start of the chapter one, habits and belief system. I'll see you on the flip side.